So I wanted to do this video because I noticed there is a big trend that's going on right now with the financial YouTubers out there that I find very dangerous and very misleading. What I'm starting to see a lot of is people are just starting to push these stocks, right? Like for example, Nvidia. Yes, Nvidia is doing great. We all know it's doing great. It's all over the news, it's doing great. But now you're seeing a lot of people jump on YouTube, and maybe it's for clicks. They're jumping on YouTube pushing these products, saying, if you buy this stock, you will be rich. You are missing out. It's trying to like put the fear and the FOMO into people that you are missing out on another big stock that's gonna blow up, right? You're seeing that as well with Palantir. Well, I don't know how you even say it. I think it's Palantir. Where everyone is talking about how if you don't invest in stock, you're missing out. And it's really sad and it's really unfortunate that I'm seeing a lot of good financial YouTubers are going that route, where they build a very solid community of people who like hearing what they say and they find them trustworthy. But to me, it's a thin line once you start talking about stocks and saying you're missing out from buying these stocks. Because unfortunately, if it's a bubble, right? If it blows up and it loses all this money, they hold no accountability, right? They hold no accountability at all. It's just like, hey, you're supposed to invest on your own. And even though they said it, they don't apologize or nothing, because that's the reason why in my channel, I do not like talking about investing in stocks, right? I always talk about ETFs and index funds, right? If I do a video about an individual stock, it's just to give you some information about that stock that's held in the S&P 500, right? It's letting you know, hey, if you own S&P 500, one of the stocks in the S&P 500, this is what it's doing, right? For informative reasons, that's great. But time and time again, I'm seeing all these videos where people are just peddling, all about these stocks and how much money people are gonna make and how much money people made. And to me, it's like, nah. I think that's just where things cross on a little too much. We've seen this already. I don't want to say names, okay? For people out there, you already know who these people are. But you've seen time and time again, people push stuff like Yoda. People push stuff like FTX. They push all these things, and then in the end, when it's all said and done, people believed in the YouTuber that was talking about it, and they lose all their money, right? Or they lose a whole bunch of money. We all know right now what Yoda, I just found out recently that people still have their money tied into their account. They still have not gotten the money back. Ain't that something? They still have the money in the Yoda bank, and they still have not gotten it. And I remember as well when the news came out about the whole issue that we're having with Synapse and all that stuff, where people still promoting Yoda Bank, even after all that, people's accounts being frozen. So you need to understand as well, man, and this is what I want to share to people out there, okay? You need to be very smart and very wise in your investing. Whenever you hear people, okay, once you hear YouTubers talking about a particular stock, that's when you should get worried. That's when you should really get worried when you're hearing YouTubers talk about a stock, because unfortunately, they're inflating, right, the value of the stock by continually talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. And at that point, the growth is coming from a buzz. It's not coming from the company earnings or some legitimate stuff. It's coming from the buzz. And by the time you hear everyone pushing it, because everyone is doing Nvidia, I seen one guy who did an Nvidia video, probably one video every other day for like 30 days. So he did at least like 15, 14 videos about Nvidia. And to me, it's like, what more can you say? Right? It's just a very, very slippery slope that I think financial YouTubers should not take. That's why I take my channel very, very seriously. Like, I make sure if I'm saying something, it's something that's not going to harm people if they take my advice. All right? I just give my opinion about budgets, about motivating you as well to just build wealth, which is not a right or wrong thing. It's just my opinion, and you could try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it works. But when it comes to stocks, that's why I think a lot of financial YouTubers get themselves into big trouble. And I get it, right? You want to get the clicks, right? You want to get the clicks and you want to get the viewership, and you just know that's just a hot stock people are talking about. So you want to do a video, and that's what you want to talk about. You want to talk about those stocks. But it's risky, man. It really is risky. And I want people to just really pay attention to that, because you could get yourself into such a bad bind in taking some of their advices. And the last thing I want to say is this, right? Remember, guys, right? I mean, I guess I'm a financial YouTuber. I guess, 'cause I talk about finances as well and to help people out financially. But I want you to understand this as well. You know, when it comes to personal finance, it's really personal, and it's just about like your finances. So everything that a lot of us financial YouTubers talk about is for to motivate you, just make, you know, help you out financially, and just to be optimistic, to be a cheerleader. That's like my goal, is to be a cheerleader and let you feel like financial freedom is possible, right? But a lot of people could just turn this camera on and just talk and regurgitate to what they read on an article, right? Now, I understand that there's someone giving a technical analysis about a stock and they worked in Wall Street and they're really good at it. Okay, fine. You can listen to them and you know, take their advice. But a lot of us do not have that ability, right? A lot of us are not technical analysts, because if we are, we're probably not even on YouTube. We're probably just someone making so much money in the stock market, right? A lot of things that I'm seeing is just people just regurgitating what they're seeing on the news, or from what they're seeing from an article, or whatever the case may be, right? So you need to understand that it's not their opinion, right? It's not their opinion what they're regurgitating to you. They're just regurgitating because they're trying to get the clicks, and they're also regurgitating what's from an article. So just be very, very careful with that. I just wanted to give you guys, you know, the heads up, and just be aware when it comes to investing. Just do it wisely. Please do it wisely, and don't just blindly trust someone that's saying if you don't invest, you know, you are missing out on the next Bitcoin or whatever. Just don't do that. Do your own research, and if you are comfortable with investing in it, go ahead. And if the things don't work out the way you didn't think it would work out, just blame yourself, okay? Just try making decisions where you cannot blame no one but just yourself. That's just my best advice to people out there. Catch you guys in my next video. Peace.